podcast full of mayhem awaits with Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. And it's mayhem at Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetics sale. It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday. After 8 o'clock this morning, we're going to reveal the results of the latest thing that you're voting for with the wedding you built.
Now, it's a big deal because today's vote is close.
It's so close. Within 100 votes or something, isn't it?
We still have time. Like, in the next 2 hours, if you go to Pete and Kymba's Instagram page, you could change the entire situation here because the wedding rings are what we're currently voting on.
So with the wedding you built, Lisa and Josh, they're getting married in a couple of weeks. Like it's so close.
On this show, live on air. And it's a full legal wedding.
And every element of the wedding is something that you get to vote on at Pete and Kymba's Instagram page, as you just mentioned. But yes, the rings, so close. Within 100, please. Did you see me lobbying last night?
I love
was
that
lobbying.
you did. Because right now, let's face it, the burger rings are out, okay?
Yeah, goodbye.
The current vote sits between Socklich & Co. designer rings. They're a fantastic jeweller.
Oh, amazing.
They've been a friend of this show for a long time. They're out in South Perth and they're magnificent.
Yeah,
right?
I went there, actually popped in over the weekend to go and have a look at some stuff.
Beautiful jewellery. But also on offer is a tattoo ring done by Ben Cousins.
Okay, and this is what I was lobbying for last night.
It
I
is
was like,
so
come on.
close. Like, people do want the tattoo. And actually, the bride wants the tattoo.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Elise was banging on about it yesterday.
Now, the groom doesn't. The groom wants the Socklich & Co.
Yeah, of course. I mean, wise, a smart man.
But there's time. Like, this is so tight. Pete and Kymba Instagram, turn it around by 8 o'clock. Oh, we could be getting tattoos.
I've got my fingers
so
crossed.
close.
I really have my fingers crossed. We're going to be going hard on this to
Okay,
change
come on.
the tide.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Ben Cousins. Oh, that name. Ben Cousins. It tastes like mud in my mouth.
Why?
Because I'm thinking about the Masters milk carton regatta. And every time I think about, you know what? I used to have such incredibly pleasant, wonderful memories of this amazing thing that I created.
Well, the regatta's
right?
a big deal, isn't it? I mean, this is one of the biggest events of our year that we look forward to. And the Masters Milk Carton Regatta, you did bring it back a few years ago. It was an absolute tradition in WA.
Certainly was.
For many years,
Yeah.
in the 80s and beyond. And after it had a big hiatus, you brought it back. And it's been incredible, Pete. I think it's been team building.
Yeah.
I think it's brought us closer together.
Oh, has it really?
I think it's really made our friendship something extra special.
Brought us closer together, or you and Ben closer together? Because I would have expected that actually it brought you and Ben closer together.
Okay, so last year I put Ben Cousins in my boat for some manpower and we did win the race.
You didn't put Ben Cousins in your boat. You stole him from mine. He was mine first. He was in my boat first.
I'll happily
and then you
give him back
stole
this
him.
year. But I'll tell you what we do need right now is the registrations for the boats in the regatta.
Yes.
Because although you and I get in a boat and we mess about and we have a good time, we actually need all the other people to come along and put teams in because it is an absolute riot. You and your friends and your family or your netball club or your workmates or whoever you are, build a boat out of Masters milk cartons and you just glue or sticky tape it together as Pete tried in the first year and it all went pear-shaped. And then you try and race it at Hillary's Boat Harbour.
And not just like for the glory, although the glory should be enough. But there's 3 races and there's over $15,000 in prize money. And here's the thing, right? Because you're collecting these cartons along the way, that's great. But you don't have to start from scratch. Like, thanks to Masters, we kick in 500 cartons to every team that gets across the line to build their boat.
Yeah, and then after that, you just collect all the cartons from school or your family ones. Anyone who's drinking Masters milk, collect it all, put it together. And you're part of a great day. I mean, I think you've probably got audio of me winning, haven't you?
Yes, I've got audio. So this is the race last year.
I mean, we don't get to race in the same race as everyone else because it wouldn't be fair. You and I have to do our own on the day.
Yeah, and it was you and I. And you had Ben Cousins and Samantha Jolly from 7 in your boat, and I had Wilson, the volleyball, in my boat. And Ryan Daniels from 7 was commentating. Look, it's an absolute gas. This is how the final race went.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, this is it. Row.
Nelson.
There's a lot of nudging going on between Team Kymba and Team 1-800 Got Jump. Pete is lagging way behind.
Oh, what do you expect, mate? I need someone.
Young
I need
Lucas.
some help, Lucas.
Lucas is going to jump in the boat with Pete
Come
and try
on,
to help
Lucas.
him because he is 6 lengths behind. Team Kymba is streets ahead. They are actually, Ben Cousins is at the back just drinking Master's milk. He's not even doing anything
mate, let's
anymore. Pete is turning to dirty tactics.
No.
He knew he had it in him.
No.
He is trying to spray Team Kymba with a water gun while Lucas does all of the work. Pete, you're a disgrace. Kymba and Sam and Ben, they're going to win this by a mile.
Go,
They're
Lucas.
going to cover themselves in glory. Masters Mill, Carton Regatta, you know it. It's been around for decades. We love it. And Team Kymba is going to steam home. Once they pass this pole, they're already celebrating. They know they've got it. Cuzzy's won Brownlows, but this is the moment that he will cherish the most. They cross the finish line. Team Kymba, Ben Cousins, Sam Jolly, victorious. Under the flags they go. And there's your winner.
And there was me, just...
It's just like being inside your lungs. But look, we do want you to register because it's 30 boats over 3 races, having a great time. Get your registration in and then think about building your boat. You've got months to build it. It's not until November.
And you don't have to just win a race to actually pick up some money. Like the best boat design picks up $5,000.
Yeah, so
You know?
get in now. You've only got till Sunday, June 1st to apply. So registration's now open at peteandkimber.com.au.
Thanks to Masters this year celebrating their 100th birthday, proudly Aussie owned and made in Bentley for over 50 years.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
On Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins, it's yay or nay.
Good morning, Producer Brooke.
I know. It's my turn to try and get you guys cancelled.
Great.
So
Love
excited.
I'm excited. I've got 3 for you today. You ready?
Yep.
Yes.
People knowing your salary.
3, 2, 1.
Nay.
Oh, so you're not going to disclose?
No. Pete and I disclosed to each other.
Yes,
Oh, do you?
Actually, that is...
We did because we were like, the only people who benefit from people, employees not knowing their each other's salary is the company.
yeah.
Fair.
It's funny because in this business, you're not like you're told not to. Like you,
Yeah.
you're like, but
I
we're
think in
a
every business, people
in
like
everybody-
don't tell
yeah,
anyone. But if you tell each other,
we've always figured we're a partnership. So
Oh, that's lovely.
You know.
Well, the reason I bring it up is Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy, her salary was revealed, $20 million. And I think she was expecting,
like over the duration of the show.
no, just one season,
whoa.
20 million.
that's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I think back in the 90s, some of the big ones like the Friends cast and stuff like that
Yeah.
would get like $1 million for a season.
Yeah,
but
but what's-
Seinfeld, I think he was $4 million per episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, per ep.
What's
Yeah.
the complaint about, though, that she was getting more or less than everyone else?
No, I think she got less hate than she expected. Like, I think it was like, get it, girl. Like,
Oh, okay.
so I think the shock was that she thought she was going to receive all this hate and maybe it didn't come because we're in a time where we're like, you've worked hard. They've done like 20 seasons.
You know, I do find it weird, though, when they like reveal, say, footballers' salaries and stuff. Because I sort of feel like you should be able to keep it to yourself.
Yeah. We were always taught as kids it's not a conversation you have. You just don't.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
Pete and I should tell people because everyone thinks that we're earning what Kyle and Jackie O are getting.
I know by your car that you're not. All right, the next one. Peppa Pig.
3, 2, 1.
No.
Yay. I mean, I'm indifferent, right? I don't know anything about Peppa Pig.
Well, because I found there's an article out saying all the TV shows your children should not watch because they're too stimulating.
So this is super interesting, right? I've talked on this show about our middle daughter, Isabella, and some of the challenges we're facing. Last week, after ages and ages and ages of trying to get into one, we finally saw a paediatrician.
Right.
And we had this super interesting conversation where he was saying to us that there is something going on, and all of his paediatrician mates concur. Like, they've all discussed it, where they're going, they are seeing levels in kids, like, you know, being brought into pediatrics and ADHD and all of this stuff happening. They have never seen levels like this, right? En masse. That's why you can't get in to see a pediatrician.
Yeah, but isn't that because now we have more awareness? People
We have
are
more
talking
awareness.
about it and going, go and get tested.
we have more awareness, but he was also saying there are other environmental factors that impact our lives that we never used to have to deal with. So they're trying to figure it all out.
Are you
as
saying
we
there's a link
speak.
to Peppa Pig?
Yes, well,
Yes.
these articles are saying the stimulation that they receive from certain TV shows are the equivalent of an adult taking drugs.
Oh,
Yes,
so
100%.
who knew?
And-
If I knew we could get high on Peppa Pig.
Honestly, honestly, though,
You could try.
Honestly, though, like our kids, if
Yeah.
after they'd watch a lot of those programs, it would take us ages to settle them down.
Yeah, and then they'd
absolutely
honestly-
ages.
The only thing I ever heard about Peppa Pig is that everyone said she was rude.
Yeah,
Everyone
mean
was
She
to
like,
is
her brother.
apparently she's really rude.
She's
She
mean to her
is,
brother,
yeah.
which isn't great.
Oh, well then, okay. Can we do that again? Nay.
Sorry,
Thank-
Kimber, I've
thank
got you
you,
cancelled.
appreciate
Last one, though. Last one. Katy Perry.
3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Yay?
Yeah, I don't know whether you've seen this, but people are grabbing really negative, really sort of bad vision from her concert of her like taking a breath or maybe taking a stumble, and it's literally going viral everywhere. And I feel so sorry for her.
I feel sorry for her. I feel like, and in particular, ever since she went up to space,
Yes,
she's just been copping it left, right, and centre.
completely.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
they've been trying to get rid of her for a while because we talked about this on the show when she released her album. It was really unpopular. Then she
Yeah.
came and did the footy and everyone was like, she was amazing. And then she did a concert in America and they said she sucks. And I think they've been trying to get like it's an up and down
Yeah.
thing
All
with her.
over the place with her.
Yeah, all the vision I'm watching though, I'm like, this poor girl, they're literally grabbing her at her worst moments.
Yep. And yet, here,
Some
well,
of us have to breathe, damn it.
yeah,
I
right.
know.
Crazy.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Life can be so unpredictable, especially when that's the aim of this game. So we're asking, what happens next?
Oh, that's amazing. I just said I'll resign, and we've had a spike on the Socklich and Co. wedding rings instead of the what's happened there.
Whatever. What happens next? Love this segment. This is where producer Brooke goes a bit rogue. She finds us stories from around the world, real life stories from people's situations, and then we play a little bit of it, and then Pete and I have to guess what we think is going to happen next.
Yeah.
These stories can be off the charts.
Yeah. Trigger warning early, just in
We
case.
don't even know what we're triggering because we don't know. We haven't
No, no.
listened to them.
All right, let's start with the first one.
A woman hosted a solo traveler via Airbnb. They got along great, shared wine, and traded stories about their families. What happens next?
Oh, vague. Okay.
Oh, yeah, very vague. It's left it wide open, hasn't it?
I reckon they find out they're both married to the same guy.
That is a cracker.
They're talking about their families,
Yep.
and I reckon they find out they're both with the same person.
Interesting.
Or maybe they find out they're sisters or something.
I reckon they hook
I
up,
don't Okay.
and then afterwards they find out that they're in the same family.
Okay, great.
All right, let's
Go with that then.
Let's find out. Okay.
Turns out they were cousins and had never met or heard of each other. They now vacation together on purpose. An Airbnb featured their story in a campaign titled Sometimes Home Finds You.
Oh,
That's beautiful. Did they?
That's a nice story.
Did they hook up?
No, they didn't hook up. No.
Pete. Well, it's like when now we'd be like, how did you two meet? Oh, on the apps, on Airbnb.
All right, let's go with the next story. Here we go.
24 years ago, actor Ashton Kutcher showed up at a front door and knocked. He was there for a date with a fashion design student named Ashley. When she didn't answer, he peered through the window and then left. What happens next?
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
He peered through this, so clearly he's seen something.
Well, he just casually left. He peered through the window. It's like if you peered through the window and you found a body or something strange going on, you wouldn't just like, and left.
Wouldn't you? I don't know what a lot of people would do in that situation.
I mean,
A lot of people might freak out. A lot of people might freak out and run. You know,
It
it's
didn't
not
say
until
he freaked out and left. It said and left. Looked through the window and left.
All right, hang on a sec. Or is this just one of Ashton Kutcher's movies? Is this no? It's not. It's not one of his movies. So we're not on a plot here or synopsis.
I'm
Okay.
guessing he found out that something terrible had happened to Ashley
Yeah,
afterwards. Ashley wasn't home because something had happened to her.
I'm going to go with that too.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's have a listen.
Ashley was found deceased at her home the next morning by a roommate. Ashton panicked as he knew his fingerprints would be on her door and window. A serial killer was charged with her murder, and Ashton testified at the trial.
I knew it. I knew it.
He looked through the window and left, so he couldn't see anything then. He couldn't see her.
Could he see her?
No, he would have called the police.
He saw what he thought was a red wine spill.
Yeah, because he would have just called the police. He wouldn't have just been like...
But it wasn't red wine, was it? You don't have to say
red
what
wine.
it
It was not red wine.
God. Oh my God, this is what I mean. Like, but
These
you
are
don't
good
know until
stories.
you're in that situation. You don't know how you're going to react, you know?
No.
I'm freaked out.
Yeah, but he didn't. He just looked in the window and left.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
You said something to me earlier this morning. You noticed something about me off the air, and I would like to say thanks for noticing, and that's the colour of my nails.
They're very beautiful.
Yeah.
I like seeing nail polish on men. I think it brightens them up a bit.
Isn't it beautiful? So I've got a lovely lilac and a lovely teal.
It's a teal colour. Yeah, I like that one.
You know where I got these done?
No.
It is this fabulous, absolutely fabulous new place called Izzy's Beauty and Hair.
As in Izzy, your daughter?
As in Izzy,
That's sweet.
our middle daughter. Yeah,
Is she running a salon now?
She's running a salon. Now, I needed to talk about this one because occasionally you sort of sit back and hear some of the things that your kids say and you just go, wow. But this knocked me on my backside, right? So
How old is Izzy again?
Izzy's 6.
6, okay.
I'll say that again. She is 6 years old.
Okay.
And we were just mucking around at home the other day. It was just me and her there. And she comes out, I was in the kitchen. She goes, Dad, you know, just come to I've set up a business. I'm like, have you really? Okay, no worries.
She is her father's daughter.
She absolutely is.
Keeps setting up a business every 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's the entrepreneurial spirit. Like, I'll come set up you. I'll come with you. And she takes me into her room and she's set up a desk and she's got some nail polish all set up and she's got some bits and pieces. She's got the wipes as well. She's got some mineral turpentine. I don't know where she got that. Anyway, she sits me down. She goes, welcome to Izzy's Nail and Beauty. She got me to pay up front. Very smart.
Right,
Very,
good,
very
savvy.
smart. But we're sitting down and she grabs my hand. She starts painting my nails after asking me what colour I want. And she goes, I say to her, so tell me about yourself. And she goes, well, I'm 16, moved out of home a couple of months ago, but don't worry, I still have a great relationship with my parents. We get along great. I think I'm just mature for my age. I just couldn't, I was knocking
is
my
this
socks
person?
off. This 6-year-old kid, my daughter, sitting here having me this conversation.
Excuse me, I think you find she's 16.
16-year-old daughter, sorry.
And she's moved out of home but has a great relationship with her parents
Yeah,
still. I love
yeah.
that she clarified that.
She had to clarify. I said, okay, thanks. That's lovely to hear. Great, things are going well. Tell me about your business. And she goes, oh, yeah, well, look, I didn't like school growing up. Now, I think she's gotten that from what's going on with her at the moment because she has some
She
separation
doesn't like
of schooling.
school,
She
yeah.
doesn't like it, right? It hasn't been all year. I don't like school growing up, but I always wanted to start a business. And so what I did was I went and got a night field job at Woolworths. And again, she's 6 years old. She goes, I saved up enough money and I bought this business because I'm really into hair and beauty and I thought it'd be great to start this. So I own the business. Oh, but I don't actually own this place. This is somebody else's place. I'm just renting it. Right.
Wow.
I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to build the business big enough to be able to buy the place off her and then have it and it's going to be mine. Right. And then, so we finish the nails. She sits me down because I'm getting my hair done. In comes Ollie, our youngest. He's 3.5. And he starts screaming. He's in nothing but his undies. And she looks over at him and I'm like, oh, this is a bit rough. You know, I don't know if I can give you 5 stars for something like this. What's going on here? And she says to me, oh, don't worry. That's just my son. I couldn't drop him off at his granny and granddad's today, so I had to bring him into work with me. Don't knock me off a couple of stars, right? Because he's only just running around a little bit. He'll be fine. And then, and then she finished my hair and I gave her 5 stars and walked out. And I couldn't believe it. Six years old, mate.
It's really insightful into the fact that she's been spending too much time listening to you.
She has, yeah.
Because your kids do come into work with you
Yeah.
every day and are running around without their clothes on. And you have started plenty of businesses. The only thing that she got wrong is that as if Colesworth would have night fill anymore. They
Yeah,
do that
100%.
stuff while you're all trying to shop during the day.
Well, she is only young. You know? It's like,
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Dear Kymba.
This one's come from Robin. Dear Kymba, is where you write these very sweet little emails or text messages to us, and you can go on our website and send them to just asking for advice or just general counsel, right? We'll give you our thoughts and then throw it out to the listeners as well to help. And Robin, I could not ignore this one. Dear Kymba, I heard your segment last week with the mum who admitted that she loves her kids but hates being a mum, and I could relate, but not because I'm a parent. I just feel so burnt out with life. Even without kids, in general, it feels like life is harder. I feel exhausted all the time and it just never ends. I don't even really enjoy time with friends anymore because it still feels like effort that I can't manage. How can I stop feeling the burnout while still being realistic about jobs and responsibilities?
Oh, mate. Robin. Now, we
hear you.
Oh, God, do we hear? I feel this in my soul. I do.
When I read your letter, Robin, yesterday to the team, everyone sat around, and I reckon we talked about this for 30 minutes.
Easy.
With everyone just going, why do we feel like this? It almost feels planetary right now. It feels like everybody is just going through this malaise of like, ugh.
We talk about this often in my family, and there's so many things that we feel like are the cause. And the question is this our version of it and every generation has it? Like, did our parents have it like this as well? And the things that I'm feeling are it feels like you have to work harder to get the same basic good things out of life that I felt like our parents got to have.
I think that's true. And I also think we have to work harder to look after ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we used to incidentally look after ourselves because we had more time outside, because we were just out and active, and it was like that's how our lives were. And they've drastically shifted to screens and things like that, which I think have maybe, lessened that ability even more.
We're so connected. I feel like we're too connected. We're too connected to this world. We're too connected to the news cycle.
I think that we're completely disconnected.
Well, see, that's the interesting paradox about this, right? Because, yes, in a world where we should be more connected than ever because we have the tech, it absolutely feels like we're it's too heavy on us that we are disconnected from each other.
We are.
It's a philosophical thing. But without a doubt, I reckon that's the cause.
What I found interesting about Robin's letter too is that she's like, how can I stop feeling the burnout? We want your thoughts on this, 13 10 60. Tell us what you do to kind of release this burnout, to kind of get over it. Because she's put in here, while still being realistic about jobs and responsibilities. And the reason I really appreciate her writing that is because that you always hear these things like, oh, we need self-care. You've got to go and take care of yourself. And I'm like, what does that look like? Is that a bubble bath? Are you saying I need to quit my job and move to Peru? Like, realistically, we have jobs, we have kids, we have responsibilities, we have things we have to do, we have bills we have to pay.
Yeah.
So what is happening in between where we can do those things and still try and find a way to let go of this feeling?
Are we beyond self-care and we actually need solutions?
No, well, that's what I mean. We need solutions.
That's the big thing for me.
That is the solution, right?
It doesn't feel like an hour at the day spa now can cure what ails you in terms of feeling,
But that's the point, right? Is that when people talk about this and it's like, oh, self-care, I'm like, it's a bubble bath isn't enough. And that's the thing is like, what does self-care look like to you? And what is it? And being able to ask for it, being able to have the support networks to go, I need a break from this, or I need to step away from this. And a lot of people are in a position where they cannot do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, I would love to hear actual examples from people who feel like they have implemented something in their life
and it's
that has helped them. It's not the solution. It's not this like Band-Aid. It's just something to help you that is not like throw your entire lifestyle away and turn into this. Like, being realistic about where we sit. What have you done that can help others take this on board? Because, Robin, you are not alone. Laura, you have answers.
Yes. Well, I've been in a bit of a rut myself lately, and I'm finding, I never thought I'd be the person that likes yoga. I always thought it'd be really boring, but I think just having that time away from your device and just having the me time to just focus on yourself, and breathing exercises as well. I always used to think, that would be really boring, but I'm actually really just enjoying that me time, not being on the phone. You're not allowed any phones in the class.
Well, Laura, they often say too that the benefits that you get from yoga are not actually the time you spend on the mat. So Laura's saying being away from the phone and being on the mat is great, but actually what it's doing for your body and the way it's keeping your mind and where it's keeping your space, that's helping you throughout your whole day when you're not on the mat.
100%. Jody, you reckon seeing a therapist?
Yes. I think it's very important for everyone to see it because it just allows you to have someone there, a third party, someone you don't know that you can just offload to.
Yeah.
And then you automatically feel better afterwards as well.
Could not agree more, Jody. And if there are politicians listening to this show, you need to fund mental health in this country.
Oh, mate, without a doubt.
For goodness sake, get on with it.
Amy, you've got an interesting one here. You call it a bestie day.
Yes, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. Go on.
All right. So my best friend Kelly rang me the other day and she was like, right, we are setting up this new thing that every quarter we are going to get our kids looked after, whether it's husband or friend. I've got 2 kids, a 5 and a 7-year-old. She's got 3, so she's superwoman. And she's like, I'm going to plan the first one. So obviously, like, the price rise of everything, it's ridiculous surviving, so it does not have to be expensive. Like, it can be a visit to Kings Park, it can be anything like that where we just chat, we whinge about our kids, we have a glass of wine, we just laugh, we're idiots together. So what she planned is a bungee fitness class, which I don't think I've ever had. Oh, my goodness, it was the most uncomfortable thing ever. But it was really, really fun. We were idiots together. Then we went to Baskin Robbins and completely ruined the workout with, like, a banana split and ice cream. And just having that time.
Freedom.
Freedom. You know what? Like, Amy, there was a couple of things that you said in there, right? I loved the fact that you opened that conversation with it doesn't have to be anything expensive, because I think we're kind of in that mindset at the moment that if you're going to go out and do something, you need to spend a bit of money, like go somewhere for lunch or go somewhere to eat, or
and we can do swapsy days with your friends.
Yeah.
You know, if it's look, I'll give you a massage next time, you can give me one. I'll just lay here or give you a little facial, do a little just things like that will just help. I think look after each other.
Yeah, put the phone. God, I wish we. You know how many conversations that I have with mates, family, whatever, where I go like, if I didn't need social media, I wouldn't have it. Like if I didn't need a phone, I wouldn't have one.
Maybe you should shut down some of your businesses.
I can't do that. So, now you're just being ridiculous.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins presents The Wedding You Built.
It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
Josh and Lisa, our couple, will be getting married live on this show. It is a legal wedding and it's happening just in a couple of weeks' time at the end of this month. And UWA are voting all the elements of their wedding. So far you have voted that it will be held at Barrett Lane Function Centre. You also voted that Lisa, the bride, will be skydiving in, and that her outfit, her special bridal dress that she's dreamed of since she was a little girl, is going to be some monster creation we found on Temu. We don't even know if it's going to turn up on time or what it's going to look like.
Yeah, Lisa, have you got a backup organised just in case?
Not yet, no.
Right.
Okay, Lisa and Josh, welcome back to the show.
Morning, how are you?
Great, mate. We speak to you every morning because we have to do the reveal on what WA have voted. And last night and yesterday was the big vote for what rings you would have. And we did say to you that we had burger rings in there as an option, but it got booted out really early in the piece.
Oh, super. Like within an hour, it was
only
way behind.
5%.
Lower on the percentage?
5% of the vote for the old burger rings.
Yeah.
And so let's face it came down to the two really important ones, which were the Socklich & Co. designer rings from the jeweller Socklich & Co. or tattoo rings done by Ben Cousins.
Yeah, now I can tell you, like, first thing I did when I woke up this morning was I checked my Instagram to see how the results were going. And it was 50% Socklich & Co. rings, 40% tattoo rings. Now, Lisa, you said you wanted tattoo rings.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah. So, look, I backed you in, lobbied hard. We lobbied very hard this morning to try and get the tattoo rings across the line.
Well, the vote is incredibly tight.
So tight.
Very close.
And it has changed across the morning.
Josh, how would you feel about getting a tattoo ring from Ben Cousins?
Definitely happy with that. Either one I'm happy with.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good. That's really good to know.
Okay.
He really wanted a fancy one for himself, though.
I thought he wanted a fancy one for you so he never had to get you one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go on. Do it.
Let's do the reveal.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
The Socklich & Co. rings have come in at 49%, with the tattoo rings by Ben Cousins at 46%. So you're getting the Socklich & Co. rings.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Get a fancy one.
Stoked.
How fancy you will look. They're very beautiful rings. Thank you
That
so
was
much
so close.
to
Wow.
Socklich & Co. for providing those. They're going to be
yeah,
stunning.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
WA, you've disappointed me greatly.
You got there, nearly got there.
I know this is about you two, but I'm so distraught. Honestly.
Okay, but guys, it's not over yet because there are so many parts of your wedding that still require voting. So stick around because coming up next, we're going to find out what your options are, Josh, for your Bucks night.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins presents The Wedding You Built.
It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
Lisa and Josh, our couple who will be getting married at the end of this month, have just found out that the rings that they'll be getting on the wedding day will be the gorgeous designer rings from Socklich & Co.
Oh, happy days, you two.
Yes.
Happy
And look,
days.
don't worry about it. We can probably talk Ben Cousins into tattooing you some other day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Reece started organising the gun.
Just bought it. We bought it on Temu when we got your dress.
We got one here.
Oh, fantastic. That's great.
Don't tattoo yourselves at home, kids. Don't try it at home. Okay. Now, it is time to reveal the next element of your wedding. You guys are only a couple of weeks out from getting married legally,
Yes,
live
getting
on
close.
this show.
Can't wait.
It's very exciting, but we've got to get this really important day out of the way first, don't we, Pete?
Absolutely, we do.
100%.
It is a staple of getting married. Can't get married without doing this. It's the Bucks party. Josh,
Well,
all
here
right,
we go.
the Bucks party. Now oh boy, do we have some options.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
We tried to keep it really clean.
Okay.
As she laughs.
Okay. One of the options for your Bucks party is bounce with the kids.
Oh, yep.
So
I'm in with that.
off to bounce. You can unleash your free spirit as you jump, climb, fly, and bounce off the walls at Bounce. You can book online at bounceinc.com.au. But yeah, the catch, Josh, is that you do have to take all the kids with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd love that.
You've
I
got
do that
6
quite
of
often,
them.
to be honest.
Yeah. We'll put on. We'll put
Look how
on.
much Lisa's laughing. Lisa, is this something that you think is going to go pear-shaped? Or
Oh, I hope his knee holds out.
His knee holds out.
I'll get my brace ready.
you know,
Jeez.
it might not be the Bucks party you're expecting to have all your mates along and just
fine.
down on a few
Have a
beers at
break.
Bounce.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, here's another one. All right, this will be a little bit of fun, and you can invite your friends along as well. All right, Josh.
All right, here we go.
We're thinking, to get the good people who are voting on your wedding as well involved. We're thinking we could put on a big car wash day with you and your mates.
Yep.
Right,
And all the listeners can just pull up in their cars and it'll be you guys in your Daisy Dukes,
I'll be there.
and your bikini tops just
Nice.
sudding up.
Yep.
You better be there,
I
Pete.
need my car washed. That's great.
Lisa, your car is first in line, babes.
You got a pair of Speedos you can fit into, Josh, or what?
No, I'm sure we'll find
100%
something.
get some.
I got a nice bright pink pair.
A mankini would be good.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, yes,
that's a
sure
great
you'll throw
idea.
in that one.
Yep.
All right. And the third option for your Bucks party,
Now, I don't know how I feel about this one, frankly.
it doesn't matter how you feel about it.
Yeah, I
it's what the
know.
people of WA want to vote for. It is a pamper day coordinated by Pete and Kymba. Now, that doesn't mean we're taking you out to day spas and places that are fancy. It means that Pete and I are doing the pamper session. That we will be rubbing your feet and painting your toenails and giving you possibly, I think, the most average massages you've ever had.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa, as I'm exploring Josh's body on the day, is there anything I need to watch out for? Or
bunions?
Anything that might bite or what?
Nothing I can say on there. No.
Okay, so these are your options, WA. Get voting for Josh's Bucks night, for the Bucks party. It could be bounce with all the kids just jumping around. He has to monitor all those children and his mates.
Yeah.
The car wash with him and his friends washing everyone's cars, or the pamper day provided by Pete and Kymba.
I'm already sweating. I've got very soft hands, Josh. I tell you.
Josh.
No worries.
I can't believe I'm asking this. Do you have a preference?
That's a hard one, to be honest.
Lisa, you sound like
Leave
you're
that
ready
one
to
up
go.
WA.
Lisa, what do you want to vote for?
I have to do the pamper day, I think.
The pamper day? Josh, what are you locking in?
I'm leaving this one up to WA, that one.
Oh, right, great.
Right, great.
This one up.
You know what? They wouldn't give me tattoo rings, but I can guarantee I'm going to be pampering you on the day at this point, I reckon.
Let's see how it goes, WA. You need to go to Pete and Kymba Instagram, go to stories, throw in your vote, and we will reveal to you tomorrow, Josh, the out-of-control wild Bucks party that you're having.
Sounds fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, Josh.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. Best call wins. The best.
Best call wins. Let's
What was that
go.
noise?
It was me getting very excited because I love a best call wins.
Because I know a demon leaving you.
It was. And he's out there chasing incredible stories about this very topic.
I think you'll probably get a few here too.
Now, I was on the Reddits, right? Today, we'd like to hear your best calls about L-plate horror stories.
Either teaching your kids to drive, or if you've just ever been around a learner driver where things just didn't quite go to plan.
Yep, or maybe when you were doing your driving test, things went absolutely pear-shaped.
Yep.
Right, but it was only because I was on Reddit and I got somebody who said, driving test help, please. Been trying to get their driving license on and off since they were 18. They're now in their mid-20s, and they have had all sorts. They've had car crashes. They've had stalls on the freeway. Like, for some reason, this person is just destined to not get their license.
That's not enough.
It's not.
That's not enough to
Nowhere
stop
near
you getting your license, and it's not enough of a story for best call wins.
No, absolutely not. That is at bare minimum, right? You might have a cheeky chat with one of our producers, and that's it.
Yeah.
We want to go up and above, way over and above, right?
Yeah, the stories where you genuinely went, oh dear, there was damage to the car or something went really wrong.
Did I tell you about the time? So I was learning, and our car hit a tree, and it wasn't my fault. I'm not joking.
Was this in your parents took you for a drive, or with a professional driver?
This was a professional driving instructor.
How do you hit a tree? They've got dual control.
Yeah, no. So this is amazing. It was their fault. It was the dual control that made us crash. What happened was, as we were driving along, everything was quite all right, and we had our windows down. And on the passenger side where he was, a huntsman spider started crawling into the top.
Oh, mate, I would have run the car well and truly off the road.
It was massive, and it was doing that. You know how they flick their arms and legs about sort of thing? It was doing that. He freaked out. He ripped his thong off his foot and started whacking it, and he was screaming. But at the same time, he lost all control, and he slammed on the brakes, and he caused the wheels to lock up, and we went up on the curb and hit a tree. And
wow.
Absolutely unbelievable, right? I don't know if he got the spider or not in the end, whatever, but we were just sort of sat there looking at each other. I was very calm.
Really?
Honest to God, because I hate spiders. I couldn't believe how calm I was.
Yeah. Okay.
I still let him take me around for a few more lessons.
Because you felt bad after you destroyed his car.
No, because I thought I'll hold him to this and he'll pass me.
Oh.
Not a problem.
Well, 13 10 60, we want your L-plate horror stories. Kevin, hit us with it. Tell us your L-plate horror story.
Okay, Mum's first drive, 55 years ago, in my brother's beautiful EH station wagon. She's in the car, all us kids, five of us, Mum's ready to go, puts it into drive, puts a foot on the accelerator, goes straight across the road, up the curb and into the bush. And she's never driven since.
Cute. I love that.
All right, Ash, go on. You were driving on a farm on your L's. What happened?
So I'm a city girl and I was practicing manual on my uncle's farm with my mum. I was trying to brake and stop as a fence was coming up and Mum shouts, brake, accelerate, brake, accelerate. Clearly having little experience too. Before I knew it, I'd bulldozed over the entire fence and all the sheep ran out and I spent the whole day getting the sheep back in, walking as my punishment, and my uncle was not happy.
Rounding up sheep.
Rounding up sheep.
Also, too, when you're like, I was learning to drive on a farm, it instantly makes me think that you're 7.
Yeah.
Like 7-year-olds learning to drive on the farm.
I rolled a car on my uncle's hobby farm in Geraldton.
That's what you got to do. If you live in country WA, you're learning to drive a lot earlier than you're supposed to.
Christina, you bring it home for us here because, look, I've got to be honest, the first two, they were nice, cute stories. They were a bit shovelly.
Okay, so yeah, this definitely was not me. I don't do this.
Okay.
But I'd been in the car with my friend Lana a few times when her mum was teaching her to drive. And she had this horrible habit of taking sneaky glances at her phone, thinking she was very fly. And so when she went for her first driving lesson with a proper instructor, I said, just leave your phone at home. Don't even have the temptation with you. Don't get caught doing that. So she's gone for the lesson. They're coming up to a red light. She's taken a sneaky look at her phone. She's obviously taken it with her. She's run into the back of the car at the front of the line at the red light. It was a police car.
Oh, no way, Christina. Oh, that is my worst nightmare.
That's a winner. Well done.
Jeez, imagine that running into a police car.
You can't explain it. You just have to be like, I'm a fool.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Thanks for your calls. Bit of fun there. Hey, look, you got to get to the Pete and Kymba Show Instagram right now and hit the stories where the voting has started for the Bucks party.
The Bucks party. What's it going to be? Is it the car wash with Josh and his mates, washing other people's cars? Is it taking all the kids to bounce? Or is it attending a pamper day that Pete and I are going to provide?
I've started looking at the cost of baby oil and stuff like that. And it's going to be expensive. You know, it's going to be really expensive.
We're going to get some from producer Rami. He's got stack loads of it.
Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. 6 to 9 weekdays. Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins are off to grab a bargain, and you can too with Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetics sale.